Hello, it's Miss Bailey from the library again, here to talk about a few new adventure survival books, stories that are war or stories of survival that are both thrilling and rewarding to read. The first one that I'd like to share with you is called War Girls by Tochi Onyebuchi. I hope I didn't butcher that too much. But anyway, this is a story set in the future. And the world that we know is been torn apart. Many people have escaped to live out in space on different space stations, and these two girls were left to survive on their own. Well, when the worst happens and their city is destroyed, they are taken by one each on both sides of a conflict. So one is a soldier, and the other goes into the lab to become a scientist. And over a long period, they are separated, and then there's a way to get them back, but it's even more dangerous than the war that they're fighting. So this is called War Girls. Very exciting read. The next one that I'd like to share with you is called Refugee 87. This is by Ele Fountain. Shiv and his best friend Benny are just two regular teens. They live in the Mideast, and just going along. All of a sudden, the soldiers attack their village, and they are forced into prison. Basically, they escape, and they go this long journey across their country, other countries, and then finally across the ocean to try to get freedom. And it's their story. Very, very hard to read, but it has a great ending. So Ele Fountain, Refugee 87. The next one that I'd like to share with you is called Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. And this is by Kwame and Mbalia. Tristan is a normal teenager, and he has had a tragedy befall him. He has lost his best friend on a bus accident, and he could not save his friend. The only thing he has left is Eddie's journal. And so in dealing with his sadness and depression, his parents send him to his grandparents' farm in Alabama. And during the night, it's called a sticky creature, he shows up in Tristan's bedroom, steals the notebook, and after a long chase, he ends up going through a tree and into a fantastical world called Mid-Pass. And his sole purpose there is to try to get the journal and then get back home to his grandparents' farm. But it's really fast-paced and very suspenseful. So Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. The final book that I'd like to talk about in our adventure survival area is called The Shadow War by Lindsay Smith. This is set in World War II, which is why it's in adventure and survival. And it's about 5 teens who are trying to do what they can in an upside-down world to help themselves and people that they know survive. And there's a lot of history woven through it, but it's a lot of suspense. And it puts a new twist on that period of time. So this is The Shadow War by Lindsay Smith. There are lots more books in the adventure survival section. But if you would like to read any of these or something else, check us out at the library.